give me fuel, give me fire, give me that old Chinese desire.
Welcome, Smash Heads, ladies and gentlemen. It is finally time for Week 13 here in the Car Demolition League. And what an amazing game day that we have on tap. Just got started by saying a happy 4th of July to everyone in the States watching, and of course to our neighbors up north, a happy Canada Day. This video, though, to be fair, I don't see it being uploaded before or on Canada Day. This is definitely more looking like the 2nd or 3rd, maybe even 4th, to be quite honest. But, you know, that being said, though, you know, if we're a little late on that, neighbors up north, yes, happy Canada Day. But happy 4th of July to all the rest of you. Of course, majority of the teams in this league are American for sure. And it should be a fun game day on tap as we start with the little Canada-America showdown, I guess, if you want to put it that way. It's certainly a Northeast Division rivalry as we got Lila Geysers, Montreal Monarques on the road looking to get a win to keep themselves in that top wild card spot as they take on the Buffalo Warriors. Buffalo in a little bit of a drought right now, 2 games in a row that they've now lost after having that big 5-game winning streak that broke up that losing streak that they started the season with. I mean, they've really turned things around, but now they are trying to prevent themselves from going back into a skid. 5 points out of the playoff spot. This game is huge for the Buffalo Warriors here today. So, get a look at the tail of the tape here. Montreal, a record of 8 wins, 3 losses, no ties, and 1 overtime loss. 2 points out of the first place spot in the entire Car Demolition League. Big game for them as well. Buffalo Warriors already explained their situation, but they have a record of 5 wins, 6 losses in regulation, and 1 tie. So let's go on ahead and get a look at the lineups for both sides here in this Northeast Division showdown. We start on the visiting side with Lila Geysers, Montreal Monarques.
Hi, I'm Lila Geyser, and this is my lineup for the Montreal Monarques.
Leading the way for Montreal today, it's going to be Pioneer.
On your knees,
Following him out there at the middleman spot, it's going to be Red Dead. At the captain spot for Montreal today, it's going to be 46 Junior. And at 5-point gainer for Montreal, it's going to be the rookie Bebop. So there you have it, Montreal all set and ready to go. Bebop coming off his first couple flips of the season, his first couple flips of his career, and they were actually able to get a game-winning flip out of him. So, you know, all the expectations on him, and he really started slow, but picked it up in his last appearance. That being said, let's get to the home side of the field here and get a look at their lineup, the Buffalo Warriors, league-operated team here. The Warriors lead the way today with Yellow Custom. Following him out there at the middleman spot, it's going to be Vancinator. At the captain spot for Buffalo today, it'll be Tyrell. And at 5-point gainer for the Warriors in this one, it's going to be Elray. So there you have it, Buffalo all set and ready to go. You got Vancinator, the rookie, there at the middleman spot. I don't think I said that in the intro, but here we go on the hard field to start the day. So we get the back 3 off of the field. And we got Yellow Custom and Pioneer set to square up here to start this game off. So here we go. We are ready. Yellow Custom and Pioneer leading us off. Game is on. Some offense, or at least offensively based cars leading the way, but so far both cars staying up to this point. Only a couple of collisions in. What a move by Pioneer to stay alive in this game. And now both cars again able to stay up, and yes, they'll switch sides yet again. We got a matchup to start things, and Pioneer has a flip 5-0 Monarques. So, Montreal strikes first. And that now brings out Vancinator for the Warriors. Of course, the rookie out here trying to tie things up for Buffalo. And it's not going to be tied up. It's going to be 10-0, and the Monarques are rolling right now. Buffalo trying to avoid a third straight loss, but they are in the hole here. 10-0 the scores. That now brings out Tyrell, trying to keep the Warriors alive. And of course, Lila Geyser, she used to work at Krispy Kreme. Can she serve some donuts right here? We're about to find out. And on a clipper, it's done and dusted. Donuts served for dinner. And a big game-winning clip right there. Right away, Tyrell's down 15-0. And the Montreal Monarques bring the fireworks to the party. And should I say the donuts along with it right there. A 15-0 shutout win to start Week 13. And Lila Geyser can be happy about that one, no doubt about it. That being said, plenty more action on tap as we've got the Phoenix Firebirds set to host the Seattle Lumberjacks in the Pacific Division Showdown, and it's coming up next. So, folks, stay tuned. Welcome back, Smash Heads. Onwards we move with this all-divisional Week 13, and of course another divisional rivalry matchup about to take place. We've got the Seattle Lumberjacks on the road ready to do battle with Matt Geyser's Phoenix Firebirds. Huge matchup between these two teams who currently sit 7th and 9th place in the Western Conference respectively. So both of them on the outside looking in when it comes to the playoff pictures. These two teams met up before way back in Week 2. The Seattle Lumberjacks were able to get a 15-10 win on that day. Of course, Phoenix looking for some revenge, looking to maybe even win the tiebreaker. But nonetheless, both teams looking for a crucial 3 points here. Phoenix coming into this game day tied for that last playoff spot, right? The Denver Mustangs currently own the tiebreaker over them, basically just on the win count alone. So Phoenix needing a win to keep that pressure on Denver. And 3 points behind Phoenix is Seattle with 16 points. The records coming into this game, the Lumberjacks with a record of 5 wins, 6 losses, no ties, and 1 overtime loss. The Phoenix Firebirds over here, a record of 5 wins, 3 losses, no ties, and 4 overtime losses. So some of these teams losing a lot of games, but at the same time figuring out a way to at least get a point out of the games that they lose is, yes, on its own 5 wins and 7 losses, but half of those 7 losses, 4 of them actually, so over half, have gone to overtime for Phoenix. So sometimes it ain't about winning, it's how you lose in the process, right? Because can you gain a point from a loss is the point. That being said, let's get a look at the lineups for this Pacific Division Showdown. We start on the visiting side with the league-operated Seattle Lumberjacks. Leading the way for the Lumberjacks today, it's going to be 76. Following them out at the middleman spot, it's going to be Darth Mauler. At the captain spot for Seattle, it's going to be Black Spectre. And at 5-point gainer for the Lumberjacks today, it's going to be Green Fusion. So there you have it, the Lumberjacks coming off a big win against the Nevada Thunder. Can they duplicate the result? Well, let's see what stands in their way. To the home side of the field we go. You can look at the lineup for Matt Geyser's Phoenix Firebirds. Leading the way for the Firebirds today, it's going to be Riddler. Following them out there at the middleman spot, longtime veteran, it's Green Arrow. At the captain spot for the Phoenix Firebirds today, it'll be Gray Indy. And at 5-point gainer for Phoenix in this one, it's going to be Power Piston. So there you have it, both teams set and ready to go, and Gray Indy has been pretty impressive the past couple of weeks. Can he be so yet again as we get the back 3 off of the field? Firebirds, as a matter of fact, coming off of a win, if I remember correctly. Just trying to double check on that. I'm pretty sure they are coming off of a win. It's hard to memorize 12 games a week, but yes, they beat Buffalo last week, 15-5. So So here we go. We got Riddler and we got 76 leading things off. And do a barrel roll. 76 keeps himself in the game here. And that time a clip shot and out of play. 76 going out. Riddler stayed up on field though, so nonetheless, still would have been scoreless nonetheless. Match continues, and we almost had a flip there. Riddler hangs on. And Riddler again playing good defense. Tell you what, 76 is hitting hard and able to send Riddler out of play there. So that time he goes out of play again. Still scoreless here between the Firebirds and the Lumberjacks. And again, both cars staying up and they'll keep going. And that time we have a good flip. Not leaning up on this edge enough. As a matter of fact, I mean, he's right next to the side with that main field. Taking the priority. 76 has Riddler down, and the Seattle Lumberjacks have a lead. 5-0 in favor of Seattle. And now brings out Green Arrow for Phoenix. And out of play on the first collision, Green Arrow has to be put back on the field after the out of play. Again, still 5-0. 76 looking to widen the lead. Green Arrow trying to tie things up, and Green Arrow almost went out of play, but folks, make no mistake about it, he is still in play and he is down. And if I move the field, he's probably going to fall. No, maybe not. I'm impressed that he didn't fall, because I was expecting once I move the field, it was going to almost work like an earthquake. But nonetheless, we have a good flip right here. As 76, so I try to even things out there. 76 takes down Green Arrow, and folks, we got another 10-0 lead here to start another game. And it's the Lumberjacks on top. 10-0 the score, but Ray Indy has been hot of late. Can he be hot yet again? 76 on a roll today, but 76 is down that time. And that flip comes quick. And the bullet train is brought to a halt instantly by Gray Indy, right? The 76, who was charging over cars, gets taken down. 10-5 the score, and now it's on Darth Mauler, his chance here to win the game for the Lumberjacks. Gray Indy trying to make a comeback happen, looking to even the score. Both cars stay up right there. So they go at it again. And we have a good flip right there, and we are tied at 10. Darth Mauler down. And we go from 10-5 to 10-10. Gray Indy even it up, and that will bring out Black Spectite for the Seattle Lumberjacks. Both these cars looking for a critical 15-10 lead. Here we go. And oh, what a close one right there. Black Spectite staying up. They'll switch sides here. And a good flipping Gray Indy is 3-0 on the day. Black Spectite down, and Gray Indy has found his groove. Does he have enough groove to deliver a win? And that brings out Green Fusion. It's 15-10 the score. Phoenix now in the lead. Can they complete the Captain's Day and the comeback? Or can Green Fusion tie this game up? Looks to force overtime right here. Gray Indy and Green Fusion still battling with a game on the line. Gray Indy going for the win. Green Fusion trying to force OT. And that time, oh, so close, but Green Fusion hands on. And yes, they'll switch sides here. And we had an out of play. And that out of play saves Gray Indy. He'll still be in this game. Still 15-10 the score. Phoenix in the lead. Ooh, that one we had a little bit of a questionable roll, but nonetheless enough contact. And both cars stayed up off of it. Now they switch sides here. And on the two wheels on the side. What a move there. And another great move by Green Fusion, who's desperately trying to hang on. He and Gray Indy putting on a show, and again, both cars staying up. Good spin cycle, but usually on the spin cycle, you want to stay in the same spot. You don't want to be going towards the edge like that. But is he hanging on? He might get saved here. He's leaning up. I mean, this is... Hunter does this in his league, where he'll move the lead forward to see if it... Yeah, he was leaned up on it. Definitely was leaned up. I don't like to move the field mid-game, because this field is definitely tough to move, but he will be saved on that. So we would have basically run a knife maybe over there, or edge runner, but nonetheless, so we adjust the field, try to get it back right again. Try to, at least. There we go. I think we got that. Green Fusion saved on the edge break, so he's still in this game. And again, still 15-10. It's Phoenix in the lead, looking for the win as they keep going at it. And that time, both cars staying up, staying on their opposite sides. The fight carrying on here. Game's still on the line. Yes, both cars staying up. Match continuing between these two. Good spin cycle right there by Green Fusion. This time again, both cars staying up off a clip shot, and they'll switch back to their own sides. Match continuing here. And finally, a good flipping great Indy is standing on a captain's day here today. Deep fry me a Twinkie and ship it to Biloxi. 15-10 the final as Gray Indy goes 4-0. Oh, Captain, my Captain, and Gray Indy's found a groove. What a move right there, and what a win for Matt Geiser and his Phoenix Firebirds here in Week 13 as they get some revenge on the Lumberjacks. They split on the season. 15-10 Seattle the first time, 15-10 Phoenix the second time. And what a match we just saw. And of course, folks, we are going to move on. We got the Chicago Wind Attack and the Mexico City Jaguars about to face off. Central Division showdown, as those two teams will go head-to-head, and it should be an interesting battle. So, Chicago, Mexico City. Stay tuned. Welcome back, Smash Heads. Onwards we move. It's going to be the last hard field game of the day right here that's about to take place, as we are going to switch to the soft field for the rest of the first half. But you know what? We are getting set for this matchup. The Chicago Wind Attack, Shane Geiser's squad, Jim Hull Sr.'s former squad, on the road to take on the Mexico City Jaguars, Brandon Kuma's squad. And this should be a great matchup, as these two teams met up in Week 2, just like Seattle and Phoenix did. And in that first meeting, this went to overtime. Mexico City able to get the win on the road in OT. And something spectacular happened off camera. As a matter of fact, that always happens off camera. Now, for those of you new to the game, the teams are stored in a plastic bag. For an example, this is the plastic bag that the Phoenix Firebirds are stored in, all their players inside there. This is why at the end of the season for each team, or at least in the playoffs, why after a playoff game you have a final bagging ceremony where a team is sent to their bag for basically the off season. It's like the last goodbye to the team for the year, things like that, right, as they make their exit. That being said, there are procedures about emptying the bags onto the field, because you got to empty the bags out to get the cars on the field, of course, right? I'm stating the obvious here. But there's a little bit of superstition when it comes to emptying the bags. Now, if all the cars land on the field out of your bag, upside down or flipped, that's a bad omen, right? Because all your cars came out of the bag flipped. Bad omen right there. Bad juju, if you will, right? Then there's the good juju, right? There's the good omen when all the cars come out of the bag and they're right side up. Well, folks, we had an incident off camera. Both the Chicago Wind Attack and the Mexico City Jaguars came out of their bag right side up. Both of them had a good omen coming out of the bag today. So, I don't know, maybe I gotta start putting the unbagging ceremony or whatever on camera. It's not a ceremony either. It's just, dumping the bag. That's all it is. It's not really anything spectacular, not really worthy of having on the camera, but maybe it is now. So, I don't know, folks. You go on ahead. Let me know if you want to see the teams coming out of their bag on the field before they actually get lined up and stuff. Just let me know on that. But nonetheless, we got quite the matchup on tap. The Chicago Wind Attack, right? They are on the road. 4 wins, 6 losses, no ties and 2 overtime losses. Has them currently at 14 points on the season. They came into this game day sitting 5 points out of a playoff spot, and at this point now they got to play catch up, right? Or keep up rather, right? As Phoenix was able to get a win, they got to keep up with those teams ahead of them, as Chicago sits almost at the bottom of the Western Conference in 11th place out of 12 teams. to the home side of the field, their opponents today. 8 wins, 3 losses in regulation, and 1 overtime loss. So 8-3-0-1, 25 points on the season. The Mexico City Jaguars, they currently sit first place in the Western Conference, and they know that a win today would keep them on the top spot of the Western Conference. So you know exactly what their goal is here. So of course they got some teams that are hot on their tail, including San Antonio, San Francisco, and yes, even the Los Angeles Blades. All 3 teams capable possibly passing the Jaguars in the standings if they don't go through with their end of things and get the job done today. So definitely the fire to the feet of the Jaguars, if you will. But let's get a look at the lineups for today. I've done enough talking. I told the story about the unbagging rather, you know, so let's get a look at the lineups, huh? So we start on the visiting side. We got the Chicago Wind Attack, owned by Shane Geiser. Leading the way for them today, it is going to be Hot Indy. To the middleman spot for the Wind Attack, it'll be Blue Dragon. At the captain spot for Chicago in this one, he's been good as of late, it's Lancia. And at 5-point gainer for the Wind Attack today, it's going to be Battle. So there you have it, folks, the Chicago Wind Attack all set and ready to go. And now to the home side where we've got Brandon Kuma's Mexico City Jaguars.
Hi, my name is Brandon Kuma, and here's my lineup for my Mexico City Jaguars.
Leading the way for Mexico City today, it's going to be Inquisitor. Following him out at the middleman spot, it's going to be Charizard. At the captain spot for the Jaguars in this one, it'll be 48 Hours. And at 5-point gainer for the Jaguars here today, it's going to be Solid Snake. So there you have it, folks. Both teams set and ready to go. We'll get the back 3 off the field. Last hard field game of the day here in part 1 of week 13. And we would be celebrating Mexico's Independence Day too here, but of course theirs doesn't come until September. I believe September 16th, if I remember correctly. But nonetheless, here we go. We've got Hot Indy leading the way for Chicago, Inquisitor leading the way for Mexico City. Game is on. Both cars stay up, and yes, they will switch sides. And another good hit, and both cars again still in this fight. Oh, a close chance right there, but Inquisitor hangs on. Hot Indy almost had it. Matchup continuing, and again, both cars staying up. And it is crazy in the Western Conference as we have a good flip right there. Inquisitors down, and Hot Indy puts Chicago in front. So that will now bring out Charizard for the Jaguars. 5-0 the score in favor of Chicago. We've seen the last place team in the Western Conference beat the first place team in the Western Conference before when Houston beat San Antonio. So definitely Mexico City cannot sleep on the Wind Attack. They trail 5-0 as a matter of fact to the Wind Attack here. Charizard trying to tie it up. Of course, Hot Indy looking for a 10-0 lead. Almost went down. Matchup continuing. Hot Indy almost went down that time. Charizard hanging on the edge just good enough. Charizard, oh, almost got flipped there. Does the barrel roll in the air and hangs on. Both cars switching sides here. Match continuing. Same, both these teams had the good omen coming out of the bag, but so far, Hot Indy's looking good. And a little piece of fur or something there. I don't think it had anything to do. I don't know. Maybe it was a piece of cat fur. I don't know. Maybe the cat's. I don't know how the cat's getting fur in here when he's not here, but I haven't been left there from before. It's barely ever in this room, I can tell you that much, because it does get quite hot in here when the AC's not running. And the cat doesn't really like it being too hot, I don't think. But maybe he's in here when I'm not looking. I mean, anyways, we got a good flip right there. It's a 10-0 game. Enough talking about cat fur lying around. We got 10-0 Chicago here on top, and one flip away from a huge win in trying to score a shutout on the road here. 48 Hours, trying to keep Mexico City in it. Can he do it? No! 15-0 donuts served for dinner. And wow, unbelievable. And I tell you what, the good omen, I guess it was Chicago's good omen, is they get the win. 15-0 in the finals. 48 Hours goes down. and the Mexico City Jaguars. Is that 2 straight losses in a row for this team? Yes, they lost last week in overtime to the Denver Mustangs. Now they get shut out by Chicago here today, and that does open the door for, like I said, San Francisco, Los Angeles, and San Antonio to retake the leads in the Western Conference, and of course San Antonio for the division, as a matter of fact. So tough loss for the Chicago Wind Attack, or for the Mexico City Jaguars. A huge win for the Wind Attack as they get the 5-6 0-2 here today. And that being said, on to the soft field we will go. We've got the Atlanta Avengers set to host the Miami Brawlers. A big matchup for both teams. Kind of has that feeling like whoever loses that game is really on that downward slope. And we'll discuss it more when we come back. 15-0 Wind Attack over Mexico City. And a huge win for Chicago, defeating Mexico City here on the 4th of July week. So that being said, onwards we move. Atlanta, Miami. So for today's memory I have about Dad, it was July 4th, and it was in the early 2000s. I can't remember if it was right before or right after 9/11, but it was right in that time span. It had to be in between the year 2000 and 2002. But it was July 4th, and my dad had gotten me and all my friends a bunch of fireworks. Like, he went all out. So we had all these fireworks, all these bottle rockets. We had the motors that launched the big firework balls off. And we were having a blast, right? And that was until we came across this one. Now, there's this one firework out there that, it's like a helicopter, right? This thing's supposed to go and just up into the air and poof, explode, right? So that's what it's supposed to do. So we launched this thing, and it doesn't seem bad at first, right? But it does this, right? Like, it launches up a little bit and then just cuts hard and just goes down the street. And we're thinking, okay, well, at least it's away from us, and it decided to just go that way, and we're good. The problem was when it turned around. I kid you not. I was running for my life, because this thing, like, turned and like a heat-seeking missile. Like, I felt like I was fighting Sector in Mortal Kombat. It comes back at me. So now I'm running with this thing, like, dead on my butt, like, ready to explode, and I'm in full sprint mode across the front lawn of the house. And meanwhile, while I'm running for my life, my dad's on the porch, and he is laughing his ass off. And it is just one of the... Thanks, Dad. I love you. And I remember that. I remember being laughed at while I was running for my life with the firework just ready to explode and set my butt on fire. So, yeah. Appreciate that. But no, it's a funny memory. And I was not harmed. No injuries. And I can live to laugh about the tale here today. Welcome back, Smash Heads. Onwards, we move to the second half of our first day here on tap here in Week 13, as we now take it on to the soft field, at least for the rest of today. Right, we've got the Atlanta Avengers set to host the Miami Brawlers in a Atlantic Division showdown. These two teams just met just 2 weeks ago. Miami was able to get the win on home turf. 15-10 was the final score of that game. And Atlanta looking for some revenge, and I would say they need to find that revenge today, as Atlanta sits towards the bottom of the Eastern Conference, in the league for that matter. But still, even being at the bottom or close to it, they're still just 8 points out of the playoff spot, but they definitely don't want to sink to being possibly 11 points out. So this game for them is huge, as it is for Miami as well. Miami with a record of 6 wins, 5 losses, no ties, and 1 overtime loss. 19 points for Shane Geiser's Brawlers. And Shane, he started the season really slow with both of his teams, but combined between both of his teams, including the Chicago win he just got, Shane Geiser has won 6 out of his last 7 CDL games to date. So, looking to make it 7 for 8 right here. And of course, for the Brawlers, sitting just 3 points out of a playoff spot, is matter of fact right below the bubble and looking for a much-needed win. The Atlanta Avengers, we were saying how they are quite a ways out, but 3-4-0-5 their record. 3 wins, 4 regulation losses, and 5 overtime losses. Definitely a good team when it comes to keeping a game close for sure. So nothing is a gimme. Should be an entertaining battle. Let's get a look at the lineups. And we start, of course, on the visiting side with Shane Geiser's Miami Brawlers. Lead the way for the Brawlers today. It'll be the rookie McClaradactyl. Following him out at the middleman spot, it's going to be Red Spectite. At the captain spot for Miami, it'll be High Tech. And at 5-point gainer for the Brawlers today, it's going to be Forbet. So there you have it, Shane Geiser's Brawlers ready to go, looking to go 2 for 2 against Atlanta this year. So let's go on ahead and get a look at that lineup for the home side. The home team here today, the league-operated Atlanta Avengers. Leading the way for the Avengers today, it is going to be FrostJet. Coming out at the middleman spot for Atlanta, it'll be Stock 34. At the captain spot for a town today, it'll be Track. And at 5-point gainer for the Avengers in this one, it'll be Neon Vantage. So there you have it, folks. Both teams set and ready to go and getting taken off of the field here. Hitting the soft field up for the first time today. FrostJet, Alina model, has the front runner spot here today for Atlanta as he takes on the rookie McClaradactyl. And here we go. Game is on, and McClaradactyl is down with a flip that comes quicker than a pancake at a Waffle House. Just like that. And 5-0. Atlanta has the lead. That now brings out Red Spectite for the Brawlers, who almost tied it up. Their both cars really almost went down, and make it a 10-0 game. Oh, donut shops galore here in week 13. Maybe week 13, maybe it's the number 13. It's an unlucky week. We got nothing but, well, you know, we did have one game that was pretty close, the Captain's Day, but it started off 10-0. So this is the 4th straight game here this week that starts off 10-0. That's where we're at, and it's the Avengers in the lead, looking to pull off the upset, looking to get just their 4th win of the year. High Tech trying to keep Miami alive. He did right there, and oh, look at that one. I was looking at FrostJet, and right in front of me, under my nose, High Tech is down, and this game is over. And just as I said, Shane Geiser been doing so well as of late. His Miami Brawlers take a big loss right here, 15-0 the final, and FrostJet from the front runner spot gets it done. You know, Atlanta really taking the risk with that. They changed up their lineup this week, trying something different, and give them aces for that because it worked out perfectly here on their home turf. They get revenge over the Brawlers, and because of the point differential, they actually win the tiebreaker on the Miami Brawlers. Of course, in the head-to-head department, of course, Miami is still going to be 3 points, I believe, or actually 2 points at least ahead of them on the season. As Atlanta goes to 5-4-0-5, that puts them up now to 17 points. So now just 2 points behind the Brawlers. Buffalo took a loss, so they're still at 17 points. So now the door is open for the Tampa Bay Gators to climb up to even up with the Miami Brawlers in the standings. So that's what's at stake right there. And of course, the New York Empire also going to have a chance to do that as well. So, and also the opportunity now opens up for actually our next 2 teams, especially the home team in our next game, the Carolina Crash Cats. They had 22 points hanging on to that 6th seed, that final playoff spot in the East. They have a chance to widen the gap on Miami and Buffalo here today in their next matchup. They host, though, the Washington Patriots, and of course, you know they'd love to close the gap on Washington, as they are indeed in that division title hunt. They sit just 5 points behind the Patriots, and they are looking to kind of close that gap up. So Carolina and Washington, they're going head-to-head next. back, Smash Heads. On to the next one we go. We got another one of those rematches from Week 11 about to take place. We got the Washington Patriots on the road to take on the Carolina Crash Cats. And of course, just 2 weeks ago, Carolina able to get the win on the road in overtime against Washington. Of course, with home turf in their court right here, looking to go 2 for 2 against the Patriots here today and close the gap between them and the Patriots for the top spot, not just in the Eastern Conference or in the Atlantic Division, but really in the league, right? Is right now the Boston Vandals and the Washington Patriots here tied for the top spot in the Car Demolition League, both of them with 27 points, same record for both teams. Of course, Washington officially billed as the second place team in the league right now, as a matter of fact, in the Eastern Conference at the moment as well. 8 wins, 1 regulation loss, no ties, and 3 overtime losses for a rookie team owner. Unbelievable stuff from a rookie here. NASCAR man getting the job done with his Patriots so far this year, and looks to get himself another win here, looking to be the first team to get that 9-win mark, as Mexico City just failed to do so a couple of games ago. And of course, the Carolina Crash Cats, they got the opportunity right here. Miami took a loss today, Buffalo took a loss today, and of course, we know that New York and Toronto, one of them's going to lose because they're going head-to-head in the next game in the first day feature. So the opportunity is there for Carolina to try to widen the gap on all those teams that are currently below the cut line, as Carolina sits in that final playoff spot, 6th place in the Eastern Conference. A record of 4 wins, 3 losses in regulation, 1 tie, and 2 overtime losses for them. So a little bit of everything for Carolina. So what else could be said? Let's go on ahead and get a look at the lineups for both teams. We start on the visiting side with the rookie NASCAR man and his Washington Patriots.
Hello, this is NASCAR Man, and this is my lineup for my Washington Patriots.
Leading the way for the Patriots today is going to be the rookie Red Year. Coming out at the middleman spot, it's going to be another rookie, it's Monarques. At the captain spot for the Washington Patriots, it'll be No Field. And at 5-point gainer for Washington today, it'll be Yellow Fox. So there you have it, Washington Patriots all ready to go, and that will now bring us to the home side of the field where we've got the Carolina Crash Cats. League-operated team starts things off today with Sub-Zero at the front runner spot. To the middleman spot for Carolina, and this one it'll be Purple Fusion. At the captain spot for the Crash Cats, it's going to be Rowdy. And at 5-point gainer for Carolina today, it'll be Code White. So there you have it, folks. Both teams set and ready to go. An Atlantic Division showdown about to take place. And we get near to the end of our Week 13 first half, for a first game day here in Week 13. Both teams set to go. Front runners on the field. Red Year out here for Washington, and of course it's Sub-Zero out here for Carolina. Their second meeting of the season. It's on. Both cars stay up on their first collision, and they'll switch sides. And a good flip right there. Red Year takes down Sub-Zero with a ramping maneuver, and it is 5-0. As that now brings out Purple Fusion for the Crash Cats. And, of course, Purple Fusion looking to tie the game. Oh, that time we had a bad roll. So we'll reset, and we'll go at it again. So the bad roll, they'll reset. Red Year stay there. And this time, it's Purple Fusion getting safeties off in the mesh over here. And, folks, you can't see him, but now you can. As I said, off in the mesh. And we'll get him back on the main field and ready to compete in this game again as soon as we straighten the field out. But they will switch to opposite sides here. Still 5-0 in favor of the Patriots. Game continuing, and that time a good move. Purple Fusion able to stay up. Switching back to their own sides, and this time Purple Fusion has a good flip, and we're knotted at 5. So now the other rookie for the Washington side comes out. It's Wanabat, ready to take on Purple Fusion. Game all knotted at 5 apiece, and here we go. Both cars stay up on their first collision with one another. And oh, so close right there. Do a barrel roll. Purple Fusion staying in the game. And out of play goes Wanabat. The ramp-in maneuver there had a little too much mustard on it for Purple Fusion as Wanabat did not stay in the field of play. Still a 5-5 game. And this matchup continues in Atlantic Division Showdown. And a good flip right there. Wanabat is down and the Crash Cats are a flip away from going 2 for 2 against the Washington Patriots here in 2025. So a 10-5 score, of course. No Fear trying to even this thing up. Can he do it? Purple Fusion going for a win. And we got just our second game today that won't end in a shutout, as a matter of fact. A lot of shutouts today. And this one almost got tied right there, but Purple Fusion hangs on, and this time Purple Fusion again is in that mesh area, and he's going to be saved right there, so they'll keep opposite sides here, and again, still 10-5 in favor of Carolina as we continue this battle. No Fear trying to even this game up. And almost went down there, and yes, they're going to keep opposite sides though as they continue this fight. Purple Fusion and No Fear. With the game on the line, Purple Fusion wants to get a win, and almost went down there. No Fear almost had him as they now switch sides. The battle continuing between No Fear and Purple Fusion. Oh, what a chance! And Purple Fusion somehow hung on. And again staying in this battle. And we got a game underway right here, and what a move by Purple Fusion. Would have been something if he was able to hit him on the rebound there. That would have been pretty cool looking. As both cars continue to go at it, and both of them staying up yet again. What a matchup these two are having. And Purple Fusion doing a little hopscotch ride over the top. And, I mean, he's entertaining to watch today. Both cars, again, able to hang on there. That was a slight razor. And this time, oh, what a chance. But Purple Fusion, great defense, able to hang on. Oh, my goodness, what a move. Purple Fusion is a car possessed right now. Trying to get the game winner right here. Battling hard with No Fear, and that time Purple Fusion goes out of play. Catch your breath, Carolina. And out of play right there, and the score still 10-5 as both cars will reset back to their own starting sides that they began the game on. Again, both cars able to stay up, and they'll keep their own sides. And this time we have a good flip on a little clipper. And it is over. 15-5 will be the final. The Carolina Crash Cats have the win over the Washington Patriots. They go 2 for 2 against them this year. No Fear puts up a tough fight, but in the end, Purple Fusion playing like a car possessed today, and he gets the dub over the Washington Patriots. Carolina getting it done, and that is just the second regulation loss for Washington here in 2025. And we're having another one of those weeks where kind of like the teams at the top of the table are struggling. You know, Washington tied for first place in the East, took a loss. Mexico City was in first place in the West. They took a loss, right? So are we going to end up having just one of those crazy weeks? Well, needless to say, Montreal did get a win. So it's not all the teams towards the top, as Montreal actually moved themselves up to 28 points. So Les Monarques actually move ahead of Washington in points. But the question now is, will Boston be able to hang on to the top spot in the league, or will Montreal surpass them? They're a point ahead of them right now. Of course, we're not going to find out the answer to that until tomorrow, until the second half, or, well, whenever I get to upload in the second half. The Boston Vandals is going to be in action on the road against the Detroit Turbos in the second half of Week 13. So definitely no gimme right there for sure. But that being said, 15-5 the final of this one. Carolina able to get the win. And we move on to our first day feature, a Northeast Division showdown that celebrates both Canada Day and Independence Day, as we got the largest cities of both countries about to go head-to-head. We've got the Toronto Titans on the road set to do battle with the New York Empire. Should be a fun game, so stay tuned to watch it. Well, Smash Heads, it is finally time. Our first day feature is about to take place as we've got a Northeast Division showdown ready to end this here game day. And of course, two teams that are kind of towards the bottom of the Eastern Conference table, but closely matched, right? Close in the points right now. The Toronto Titans, last place in the East. This is their first time being on the marquee, if you will, this year. But for the sake of Canada Day and Independence Day, why not, right? Have a Canadian team at least in one of the features, right? As we got the Toronto Titans right here on the road to take on the New York Empire. Toronto, 4 wins, 7 losses, no ties, and 1 overtime loss. Like I said, 13 points has them last place in the Eastern Conference at the moment. And so that means 12th place out of the 12 teams. And of course, just a couple of spots ahead, 10th place in the Eastern Conference right now, the New York Empire, a record of 5 wins, 6 losses, no ties, and 1 overtime loss. 16 points on the season, but they know that a win right here could keep them level, or bring them up rather, to level with the Miami Brawlers, and actually pull them ahead of the Buffalo Warriors right here. So the New York Empire looking for a big win. Both these teams really in need of a win right here. These are the types of games that you don't want to leave any points on the table. You want to take all 3 home with you, as both these teams towards the bottom of the conference. And folks, what else can I say? Both these teams right here, they got 8 games left, 7 after today. So the number of opportunities is starting to dwindle down as we near closer and closer to the home stretch of the regular season. So what else could we say? It's a huge game. Let's get a look at the lineups for it. Starting on the visiting side, league operated Toronto Titans. Leading the way for the Titans today, it's going to be Mika. Coming out at the middleman spot for Toronto, it's going to be the rookie, Rusty Toon. At the captain spot for the Titans today, another rookie, it's Red Tech. And at 5-point gainer for Toronto in this one, it's going to be excellent. So there you go, folks. The Titans ready to go. Happy Canada Day. Toronto looking to make Canada 2 for 2 here today in Week 13. As, of course, Montreal got the win over Buffalo earlier. But that being said, let's go to the home side of the field and get a look at the New York Empire lineup. Another league-operated team that will lead the way today with Leno. Calling him out there at the middleman spot, it's going to be Futurama. At the captain spot for New York today, it's the franchise, Black Bullet 2. And at 5-point gainer for the Empire here today, it's going to be the rookie Gatorade. So there you have it, folks. Both teams set and ready to go. Happy Independence Day, as the largest city in the U.S., New York, as their team on the field, ready to do battle here. Toronto and New York set to go head-to-head. And both the teams got their front runners out there. Leno and, of course, Mika. Here we go. Game is on. On that time, a grazer will car stay up. They'll be back on their own sides here and then out of play. So Leno went down, but Mika went out of play. That saves Leno, keeps him in the game. We're still scoreless. Matchup continuing. A hard hit right there. And again, nice hard hit. Both cars switching sides now. Matchup continuing. Offense for both sides out there. Both cars got some weight to them, too, as you hear that cracking. We got a lot of metal out there. Both cars again able to stay up. Switch back to their own sides. That time, kind of a light shot. Both cars stay up. I think the wheel got hit. But Mika delivers that time around. 5-0 Titans. So Leno is down, and that now brings out Futurama for the Empire. He'll look to even this game up. 5-0. Mika has put Toronto out in front. And both cars stay up right there. Match continues. Ooh, a big hit. That's a piece of debris that rolls off. Oh, do a barrel roll. Futurama trying to stay in this game. And they'll switch sides here. Wants a piece of that front end somewhere. That piece of debris that came off. Ooh, that body's starting to kind of come loose. Yeah, both cars staying up. They'll keep opposite sides here. Match continuing. And you know what? You look at that. Timeout is going to be called by the Empire. So New York using their one and only timeout of the game. And they are going to try to repair their vehicle.
Whoa, we on the night. Yeah, we on the night. Yeah, we on the night.
So there we go. Some fresh tape that's going to run straightways along the bottom. Might help them roll a little bit better as well. So timeout taken by the Empire, and we continue. Still, we've got a 5-0 game in favor of Toronto. They look to increase that lead. Both cars staying up after a couple more collisions after the timeout here. And do a barrel roll. Somehow Futurama stays in this game. And a close chance right there. Mika putting the pressure on. And again, both cars staying up. And again, both cars hanging on. We got a battle on tap between these two. Futurama able to barrel roll his way up. He's at, I'd say, a little bit maybe of a weight disadvantage, I would say Futurama is Mika, heavy metal car, and digs into that front end. And yeah, he's actually tucked inside, so there's no free shot there. We just pull him apart. Close to a free shot, maybe. Both cars continue to battle. And, oh, we almost had a good flip right there, but Futurama with the field awareness able to keep himself in the game. And no doubt about it that time, make it 10-0 Toronto. And the Titans, a flip away from delivering a shutout, and that's been pretty common today. A lot of shutouts here today. I don't know what was put in the water for these cars, or the engine oil, hey, whatever. Or coolant, or whatever fluid else. The windshield, what they put in the windshield wiper, right? The windshield wiper fluid, why not? What they put in the windshield wiper fluid, there we go. You know, spiking the windshield wiper fluid on these cars. But nonetheless, it's 10-0 the score, and we might just be looking at a 4th shutout here in the first half of Week 13. It's been crazy. 10-0 the score, though, as that brings out Black Bullet 2 for the Empire. Trying to keep New York in this game. And, oh, a chance right there. Mika almost served the donuts. Can he do it? And both cars again able to stay up and switch sides, and again, Black Bullet 2, good defensively, but that time he's 10th line, again he stays up. Can you get anything going offensively though against Mika? Mika's just been so based onto the floor. Oh, do a barrel roll. What a move by Black Bullet 2. How is he still in this game? Mika has gotten every chance, putting on an offensive performance. He almost went down there, but his wheels on the edge, we played it like he's flat. He's still in the game. So Mika's safe there. Match continues, and again, almost. But Black Bullet 2 able to hang on in this time. Mika goes out of play. So both cars still up after the out of play, right? Still 10-0 the score. Toronto on top. And make it donut serve for dinner. Bring the Timmy hose. We gotta go. 15-0 Toronto. They get the dub here on the road over the New York Empire in a huge win for the Toronto Titans, as both of Canada's teams here just a couple of days, maybe a day or so after Canada. This is actually being recorded the day before Canada Day, so maybe there has something to do with that. Maybe some kind of magic in the air for the Canadians. But both teams scoring shutout wins this week. Of course, Montreal 15-0 over Buffalo, and now Toronto 15-0 over New York. And that is the final, as the Titans bring the first half of Week 13 to a close. And wow, shutouts galore. Have you had enough donuts? I think we're going to need a diet after this one. Anyway, a game right there. Of course, there's the entertainment value of a shutout. You know, you see a car dominate the way Mika did today, and all the others, of course, Pioneer for Montreal, and of course, there was Frostjet for Atlanta. All right, so cars that do well from that front runner spot. For Chicago, it was Hot Indy. So to see those cars just go on a tear is quite something. I gotta give you that much. But nonetheless, we do hope for some closer matchups in our second half, right? Because close games are fun, right? But yeah, we got a great second half that's going to be on tap, and of course, we're going to show you every single match. You already know Boston versus Detroit. That should be epic. A great banner right there. And of course, our main event, a SoCal Showdown. To celebrate the 4th, we got the Los Angeles Blades hosting the San Diego Lightning. The Lightning, of course, in their first main event, or top villain of the year. Plenty of other teams in action. Tampa Bay will be in action. San Francisco will be in action. Philadelphia will be in action. So, San Antonio, too. So, action-packed game day in the second half of Week 13, and we're going to go on ahead and show you what's on tap for that. But until then, James Holst Jr. here, owner and creator of the Car Demolition League and mentor of the game of Table Derby, thanking you so much for watching. Until next time, much love, take care of yourselves, be yourselves as always, peace, and again, happy Canada Day and happy 4th of July, everyone.